Land experts say there are three fundamental rules about finding the right property in the market. Rule number 1, location. Rule number 2, location. Rule number 3, location. A factor that has seen Nairobi City's profile continue to rise as the prime spot for commercial real estate. The sector can only be described as booming. In the wake of the global financial crisis, the Kenyan real estate market has remained resilient as demand for office space continues to outstrip supply.
A census that was done, a study back in 2002 when the NAC government took over, they talked about a shortfall of 150,000 housing units per year. Currently, we're only producing 30 to 40,000 housing units per year. So the first thing that is quite clear is that we are not able to meet the demand of commercial real estate and housing.
We've seen a lot of construction activity, more so talking of office blocks. Areas that were predominantly residential are currently being taken over by commercial office blocks. Places like Kilimani, you'd find there's been quite a lot of office blocks coming up in the area.
According to real estate agents in Kenya, the tight supply of both commercial and residential real estate in many areas of Nairobi has helped ensure solid demand as consumer confidence increases. Average rates for office space in Nairobi reflect the demand for space, with the central business district asking for 45 to 55 shillings per square foot, quickly growing Upper Hill area 75 shillings per square foot, while Westlands, a stone throw from the city centre, demands 80 shillings per square foot.
The demand for commercial office space in Nairobi has grown because Nairobi is now becoming a regional centre. And most companies that have been traditionally located in South Africa or have had headquarters in London are looking to have Nairobi as a regional headquarters for East and Central Africa.
This has seen a turnaround in the Upper Hill region, which just 10 years ago was vastly empty, with only a few apartment buildings, but has quickly expanded into a sort of mini-city within Nairobi.
The traditional office locations have been CBD, and it has now moved to Upper Hill, Westlands and Kilimani.
Glass skyscrapers and fancy architecture dot the small but growing skyline of Upper Hill and Westlands regions, with buildings competing for the best and most innovative look.
Architecture and planning is a way of life. So when the moment you go to a city or to a country and you just look at the layout, how the buildings are arranged, the kind of language and the aesthetics, it is a direct example or manifestation of how the governance of that country is, how seriously they have taken planning right from the top.
So what are today's tenants looking for when they look for office space? Most real estate managing agents are in agreement that amenities, rental rates and services rank as the most important when it comes to most tenants.
Buildings that are well managed, and that buildings that are managed independently. They rather deal with a managing agent than with the landlord, because they are then able to address, the managing agents are able to address issues from a professional point of view.
Because of rise in prices of utilities like electricity, water and services basically, you find there's been an arbitrary increments in service charge, which of course leads to higher rents. And with the economy being the way it has been over the last 2 or so years, you find it becomes a bit difficult for the tenant to actually meet the obligations as far as the tenancy is concerned.
But there are challenges. According to the Architectural Association of Kenya, lack of foresight by the city planners has resulted in the mushrooming of uncontrolled and haphazard buildings in downtown Nairobi.
The big problem we are having is that when you have a good master plan, because remember, for the city of Nairobi, right now our master plan has expired because it was just supposed to run until 1970. So we're about 30 or so years behind where we should be. But development should always follow planning. That means we should have roads, we should have water, we should have infrastructure in place. And then now you start talking about development. But unfortunately, what our city is suffering from right now is that development is chasing planning. So that you find that people have come up with all these apartments and office blocks, and we do not have the adequate infrastructure to support this.
And as Nairobi continues to position itself as a commercial hub for the greater East African region, real estate experts are optimistic that property prices will continue to rise and the winners will be the owners of bricks and mortar.